Well, this week, the president held a White House meeting to show how to work with new GOP leadership on critical issues facing the country. And one of the people he invited, this man.
The GOP is playing opposites. Hey, I can play too. Did Republicans think we wouldn't notice they're fooling the American people with their opposite day games? Nice try. But we got you.
Yep, that's the president's key bipartisanship advisor, the Reverend Al Sharpton. Well, joining us this morning to discuss whether that's a good idea, radio talk show host Larry Elder from Los Angeles. Larry, thanks a lot for coming on this morning.
Morning, Tucker. How you doing?
I'm great, but I'm a little bit befuddled. I will confess, you could not have convinced me in 2008 that Al Sharpton would wind up one of this president's key advisors. I never would have believed it. Does it shock you?
Tucker, you and me both. Remember in 2008, you couldn't put Al Sharpton and Obama in the same hotel room because Obama knew that Sharpton was a polarizing figure. I could understand how before the election, Obama might reach out in order to stoke up the base of black voters, but after the election, it makes zero sense. This man is a very polarizing guy, to the extent that he got some more black supporters. He's also lost a lot of non-black supporters because of Sharpton. I don't get it, Tucker, any more than you do.
Well, and he's also complaining, doesn't pay his taxes. He was indicted for tax fraud. He led the Tawana Brawley witch hunt, which turned out to be totally false, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, is he the best civil rights figure you could find? Like, what is this?
He's $4.7 million light in taxes. He still hasn't paid his $250,000 fine from the SEC when he violated campaign finance laws back in 2004. And you're quite right. He made his bones falsely accusing a man of raping a black teenager. How this guy even shows his face is beyond me, let alone become one of the president's BFFs. I'm astounded.
So, I mean, the White House is really saying, we just don't care. We just don't care what you think. We're getting something out of this politically, and basically, if you disagree with us, up yours.
Tucker, what I think is the White House has convinced themselves that when Obama has opposition, the opposition is largely because of racism. I think Obama and his advisors, including Eric Holder, have convinced themselves that a lot of Americans don't like Obama, not because of Obama's policies, not because of stimulus, not because of Obamacare, but because he's a black guy.
I think that's a really insightful point. Wouldn't you say that the irony, though, is that a lot of really well-meaning Americans voted for the president in part because they wanted to see a black president, because it was a symbol of progress in the United States.
It's the only thing. It's the only thing about him that I like.
Yeah.
that I like, Tucker, the fact that he's black. Look, when Obama was on 60 Minutes when he was first running, Steve Croft said to him, "Senator Obama, if you don't get the nomination, if you don't make it, will it be because you're black?" And Obama said this: "No, it will be because I did not articulate a vision that Americans could embrace." And I said to myself, Tucker, hallelujah. As a libertarian who votes Republican, I never vote for the guy, but at least we'll drop this race card nonsense. At least going forward, we'd have a candidate who can deal with criticism in an adult, mature way. Surprise, surprise, he went down to the race card as soon as he got into trouble, and I'm very disappointed in that.
There are consequences, though, for this. It's not just the president's personal journey that's so disappointing. It's also the state of race relations in the country. This divides people, doesn't it?
Of course it does. And it's not just people like Sharpton saying crap like this, Tucker. You've got Claire McCaskill, who ran for Missouri, and she said, and I'm quoting her, George W. Bush let people die on rooftops during Hurricane Katrina because they were poor and because they were black, close quote. Nobody said a word. So you have a bunch of Democrats playing the race card, white and black, in order to get that 95% monolithic black vote, without which they cannot win at the presidential level.
Man, they're going to regret that someday, I think. There are consequences to this sort of thing. Larry Elder, thanks very much for that. That was really...
You got it, Tucker. Thank you.